Jason Rzucidlo, reporting for AmericaJR.com, being joined by actress Cathryn Basile from the musical Les Miserables. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
Very good. Please tell me a little bit about how you got started in the acting business.
Well, I grew up in Staten Island, New York, and I grew up going to lots of Broadway shows with my parents in New York City. And I was a part of community theaters in my area as well as my high school shows. And when it was time for college, I auditioned for different musical theater programs across the country, and I found myself going to the University of Michigan, where I majored in musical theater, and I received a BFA in musical theater. From there, I've been lucky enough to be a working actor in New York. I have a national tour of Mamma Mia, as well as the Broadway shows of 25th Annual Putnam Spelling Bee and the original company of Little Mermaid, and now I'm out on the road with Les Mis.
Okay. So, please tell me a little bit about Les Mis for those who maybe don't know much about it.
Well, are you aware that this is, you said this is the new musical Les Mis, but it's not a new musical. It's actually the 25th anniversary production of Les Miserables. It's a musical that is based on the Victor Hugo book. It's a story that everyone can relate to, about a man who just tried to do something good for his family and worked his way, and he follows his life story and his the battles that he has to deal with.
Okay. So what will your role be in the musical?
I'm in the ensemble, so I'm going to be in a couple of different parts. You'll see me throughout the entire show. At times I play a worker in a factory, then I play a prostitute, I play a crazy beggar woman on the street. That's throughout, yeah.
Okay. How does it feel to be coming back home since you attended the University of Michigan?
It's great. I graduated in 2004, so I only came back for about 24 hours when the University of Michigan did we did a concert that showcased, I believe it was the 25th anniversary of the program, and the head of the department, Bert Wagner, arranged to have a concert of all the different graduates, and it was great. So that I came back, I think it was last year, actually the year before last year, so I was only back in town for a little bit, so I'm really excited to come back to the area and visit Ann Arbor and see professors that I haven't seen in a while. And also, I actually was back when I toured through there with Mamma Mia, which was my first job after college.
Oh, so you performed in Detroit before?
Yes, I performed with Mamma Mia in 2005.
Okay. So, you also had roles with Spelling Bee, Footloose, and Mamma Mia, as you said. Which of them has been your favorite, and why?
Well, I had a great time doing everything. I guess Spelling Bee was a great job that I had because it was my first Broadway show, and it was such a great piece of theater, and it was something that everyone loved. Although I feel the same way with Little Mermaid, which was my first original company, so it was great to be part of something from the very beginning and see how a show is built from the beginning to the end.
Okay. Now, in terms of the Little Mermaid, what was that experience like for you?
Well, that was a great experience. We started rehearsals in New York, and then we went out of town, did an out-of-town tryout in Denver, which was great. And then we came back to New York, re-rehearsed, and then opened up on Broadway. And we were on Broadway for about a year and a half.
Okay. Now, what would be your advice to students that are looking to break into the industry?
Oh, it would just be to follow your dreams, and if your dreams is to work in the industry, then you just have to be dedicated and disciplined and just practice, and also not only just practice, acting and dance and singing and be as well-rounded as possible, but you just have to really be well-rounded in life as possible, read and understand take a psychology class, understands the way people live and why they act the way they do. And it's a difficult life, but it's also a very rewarding life. So everyone who works and who is a part of it is very, very lucky to be there. But it also is not just, it's not easy and fun and games as it can seem.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes. What would be next? What's next for you after Les Mis?
Oh, I'm not sure yet. That should be determined, I don't know, soon. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see whatever's next.
Anything else you would like to add here today?
No, I think that's it, unless you have any other questions.
So your name is Cathryn, how do you say the last name? Basile?
Basile, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. So I look forward to seeing the show on the 22nd. And thanks so much for your time today.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Copyright 2011, AmericaJR.com, Detroit, Michigan, USA.